A rather large change has been made to the way parameters are published for metanodes and materials. Any function, either the terrain editor or anywhere you're really within the function editor or graph editor. And it can be easy to miss. What I'm going to do is just edit this material, this terrain, and go into the function. And now for values that can be either extracted or published, what you need to do is right-click in order to get those options. So it still works the same way. What we can do is if we want to extract the metascale, we can click to extract the value on this simple fractal. But if we want to publish it, what we need to do is right-click, and then we can choose to connect the parameter, which is extracting it, or we can publish it. So then we can choose the publish option. Click OK, and now we have a published parameter for the metascale. So that works within metanodes as well. So if I was to, let's just create something simple here. Add a fractal and a filter. Select both of those and go up to the top, create a metanode, go into the metanode where we can see those different options. So now if we want to publish the metanode, and I'm going to go ahead and add an output for that. If you want to publish it, we can right-click, publish, and then set up our group, give it a name, click OK, and then our metanode now has the published parameter. And since this is also extractable, we can click to extract, and then if we want to publish it to the main panel and the published parameters, we can right-click and then publish it. So it's a little different than it was before, where we had buttons for publish and extract next to each other. And then you can see that the values that cannot be extracted have the published parameter setting by default. So if we click, it'll automatically go to the publish settings. So possible to miss it. And my first impression of this was that you had to extract parameters before you could publish them, but of course that is not the case. So you just need to right-click on the option, and then you can choose to connect it, extract, or publish it. So it's not a huge change, but enough to create a little confusion, I think. But definitely a lot neater in the interface now than it was before. Also, once a parameter has been published, you can easily edit the parameter by right-clicking once again on that parameter that's been published. And there is an option to either unpublish it by clicking on Publish Parameter again, or you can go to the Published Param editor. So if we click on that, we can now modify the group that it's in, give that a new name, and then we can modify the name of the published parameter. So that way we can easily edit those options. So before that had to do with the individual buttons for a published parameter, whether you right-clicked or did a left-click on it. So now we can just right-click and open up the editor for that. Makes it a little easier to work with.